Archangel message. Chosen one, pause whatever you are doing and hear this with full attention. Before sunrise today at precisely 5:55, I was awakened suddenly, not by a dream, not by a thought, but by the clear, undeniable voice of God. It was strong, direct, and carried a weight that shook me awake instantly. 3 words were spoken, and those words are now echoing into your life. The reset has begun. Before I could even sit still or understand what was happening, I was drawn into a vision so vivid, so detailed, that it felt more real than waking life itself. What I witnessed was not random, and it was not just for me. It was meant for you. By the time you reach the end of this message, something inside you will recognize the truth. The life you were living is already ending, and a new one is quietly unfolding. Listen carefully. This is not symbolic language. This is not just motivation. God is moving, and He is restoring, correcting, and rebuilding what was never meant to stay broken. In that vision, I found myself standing in a vast place, something like a control center, but far beyond anything human technology could ever create. Every wall was alive with light. Screens stretched endlessly, each one displaying different lives, different paths, different stories. I could see finances, relationships, health, purpose, every detail of human existence being observed in real time. Then someone approached me, an angel calm yet powerful. Without urgency but with authority, he said, "Come with me. There is something you must see." I followed him through that place until we stopped in front of one screen. At the top of it was your name. Everything about your life was visible. Every struggle, every delay, every moment you questioned yourself. Your financial path, your relationships, your physical and mental state, your future direction. It was all there. But something was wrong. Every single indicator was flashing red. Not one part was stable. Not one setting was functioning the way it should. Seeing my confusion, the angel spoke again. Red means misaligned. Red means operating below what God designed. Red means interference. It means what was meant for good has been disrupted. And suddenly, it made sense. The battles you faced were not random. The patterns that repeated were not your destiny. The limitations you accepted were never assigned to you by God. Then something shifted. A presence entered that space, stronger, heavier, impossible to ignore. Another angel, greater in authority, stepped forward. There was no doubt in that moment, this was an archangel. He stood before your life display, and without hesitation, he gave a command. Begin the divine reset. In an instant, everything went dark. Every limitation disappeared. Every broken pattern erased. Every delay wiped out. It was as if the old version of your life had been completely shut down. And then, something even greater began. Light returned, but differently. New systems, new pathways, new alignments started forming. Where there had been lack, there was now overflow. Where there had been confusion, clarity. Where there had been exhaustion, strength. Where there had been waiting, acceleration. This was not repair. This was replacement. Then the voice of God filled that place, and it carried both power and peace at the same time. He said, "Tell them this is already happening. They may not see it yet, but I have begun. What was broken is being restored. What was delayed is being released. What was taken is being returned." Understand this. God is not asking for permission. He is moving with intention. Right now, even as you read this, things are shifting. Old cycles are breaking. Old doors are closing. It may feel confusing, even uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Just like a system restart, there is always a moment where everything pauses before it comes back stronger. Do not mistake that pause for failure. In fact, there may be moments where things seem to fall apart, relationships changing, plans shifting, emotions rising. But this is not loss. This is preparation. God removes what cannot go with you into what He has prepared. And here is something important you must understand. There is resistance. The enemy recognizes what is happening. He knows that once this reset completes, You will no longer operate at the level where he could influence you. So there may be distractions, doubts, or sudden pressure in the next few days. But do not be shaken, because in that same vision I saw something else, a covering placed over your life, a protection that nothing could break through. Words spoken against you could not land. Circumstances formed but could not hold. Every attempt to interrupt what God started failed. Your reset is protected. This is where your faith becomes your strength. Trust what you cannot yet see. Believe what is already set in motion. Just like it says in Scripture, "Behold, I am making all things new." That is not just a verse, it is a promise being fulfilled. Soon you will notice small changes, a shift in your thinking, a new kind of peace, opportunities appearing differently, people entering or leaving your life in unexpected ways. These are not coincidences, these are signs. God is realigning everything. So stand firm, walk forward even if you do not understand everything yet, because what God begins, He always completes. And here is the simple truth you must carry with you. Sometimes, God does not fix your old life. He replaces it with something far better. That is the reset. And it has already begun. Type yes if you believe in God. Type 1111 if you believe in God.